A beautiful home isn't about having the latest fixtures or following whatever's trending on Instagram this month. It's about how a space makes you feel when you walk through it. And here's something nobody talks about. Your hallway might be making you feel like you're walking through a medical facility instead of your own home. Think about it. Picture a hospital corridor in your mind. White walls, flat, buzzing overhead light, smooth floors with no texture, nothing on the walls, just emptiness, designed for efficiency, not comfort. Now walk through your own hallway. Does it feel warm, inviting, like it's part of your home? Or does it feel like a passageway, something you rush through to get somewhere else? A study published in Science Direct last year described what makes spaces feel institutional. And the characteristics are surprisingly specific. Limited daylight, somber colors, rough or unclean appearing surfaces, lack of coherent decorative elements, direct lines, and right angles everywhere. Sound familiar? Today, I'm going to show you 8 design mistakes that make hallways feel like hospital corridors. And the good news is, most of them cost little or nothing to fix. Some take 5 minutes. And if your hallway has wood paneling from 1965, family photos on the walls, and a lamp your grandmother gave you, you've probably avoided most of these instinctively. Let's start with the most obvious one. The boob light. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what they're called, those dome-shaped flush mount ceiling lights that builders install in every hallway, closet, and bathroom across America and Britain. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The round glass dome with a little knob in the middle, screwed directly to the ceiling. They're everywhere because they're cheap. A design blog called Bless Her House put it perfectly. The boob light seems to be everywhere. Hallways, laundry rooms, kitchens. These flush mount lights are the workhorses thrown all over the house. And here's the problem. They're the exact same fixtures you'll find in institutional buildings. Hospitals, schools, government offices, they all use these because they're efficient and easy to replace. When you have one in your hallway, your brain registers it as institutional space. You might not consciously notice it, but the feeling is there. The design blog Elements of Style called it a pox on all our houses, and noted these were a contractor favorite, especially during the late 1990s and early 2000s, which means if you bought a home in that era, you probably have them. The fix doesn't require rewiring anything. You can swap a boob light for a semi-flush mount or a schoolhouse-style fixture in about 15 minutes. Most cost between $50 and $150, and the difference is immediate. Emily Henderson's design team documented a hallway makeover where the only change was replacing boob lights, and described it as looking 1 million times better. If you've been in your home for decades and never thought about those ceiling lights, now you know why your hallway feels a little off. Cold white walls with no texture. Plain white walls aren't bad, but the wrong white, and I'm talking about that bright, cool-toned white with blue undertones, creates exactly the clinical feeling hospitals are known for. Patrick O'Donnell from Farrow and Ball explains it clearly. If choosing a white paint, you want to avoid it ever looking cold or clinical, a bright white in cooler light is neither flattering nor welcoming. He adds that if you don't consider the light direction in your room, you could end up with dreary and soulless. This is especially true in hallways, which often have no natural light. That cool white paint just sits there, flat and lifeless, making the space feel like a corridor you pass through rather than a part of your home. The design blog One Room Challenge pointed out that the default setting for a hallway tends to be plain drywall painted white or another neutral color. And writer Amity Worrell noted that whites with coal blue undertones can feel sterile and builder grade. If your hallway was painted by a builder in the 1990s or 2000s, chances are they used whatever white was cheapest. That's often a cool toned bright white. The solution? Warmer whites with yellow or cream undertones. Names like accessible beige or white tie or dimity. These have enough warmth to feel like a home instead of a waiting room. Or add texture, wood paneling, wainscoting, board and batten, anything that breaks up that flat plane of painted drywall. These aren't trends. They're architectural details that have been used in homes for centuries because they work. Harsh overhead lighting. This one is connected to the boob light problem, but it goes deeper. Hospitals use fluorescent lighting because it's bright, efficient, and lasts a long time. But a study published in the Journal of Innovation in Health Informatics called fluorescent overhead lighting, a remnant of the industrial warehouse-style hospital care of the mid-20th century. That's not what you want in your home. Even if you've replaced your fluorescents with LEDs, you might still have the problem. Because it's not just the type of light, it's the color temperature. Light color is measured in Kelvin. Bulbs labeled 4000K to 5000K produce a cool bluish-white light that mimics daylight. That sounds nice until you realize it's the same light used in offices, hospitals, and retail stores. Waldman Aus Lighting, a company that specializes in healthcare environments, put it simply: fluorescent lighting can make a hospital feel sterile and more clinical. Halogen lighting provides a more warm and inviting feeling. In your hallway, you want bulbs rated 2700K to 3000K, what's called warm white. This produces a softer, more amber glow that feels like home. But here's the other issue. If you have one light fixture in the center of your hallway and that's it, you're creating the same lighting pattern hospitals use: flat, even, shadowless light from directly above. Homes and Gardens magazine noted that a single pendant light can have the opposite effect, leaving too many shadows and patches of darkness. They recommend multiple pendant lights running the length of your hall. This will draw the eye into the space and feel much warmer and inviting. Wall sconces, picture lights, even a table lamp at the end of a hallway. These create layers of light that feel residential, not institutional. Walk down a hospital corridor. What do you see on the walls? Nothing. Maybe a sign pointing to different departments. But no art, no photos, no personality. That's intentional in healthcare settings. They need to be able to clean those walls easily, and personal items would be a liability. But in your home, empty walls send a message. This is just a passageway. Don't linger. A Science Direct study on institutional design specifically mentions lack of coherent decorative elements as one of the features that makes spaces feel clinical. Worthing Court blog documented their hallway transformation and noted, "We hung some artwork on one side of our long hallway and 3 diamond-shaped mirrors on the opposite wall. Really changed the feeling of the space. This doesn't require buying anything new. Family photos you already have, art you've collected over the years, mirrors you might be storing in a closet." Real Homes magazine suggests grouping frames in odd numbers and varying the heights. But honestly, just getting something on those walls makes an enormous difference. If you've been in your home for decades and have family photos displayed in the living room but not the hallway, consider moving some there. Your hallway is part of your home too. Floors without texture or definition. Hospital floors are smooth, uniform, and easy to clean. They have to accommodate wheelchairs, gurneys, and constant foot traffic. Your hallway doesn't have those requirements. But if your floor is one continuous surface of the same material with nothing breaking it up, such as smooth hardwood, vinyl, or tile running from wall to wall, it creates that same institutional feeling. ETM Interiors noted that if your home has hardwood floors, a long, narrow rug could make your hallway extra comfortable. Real Homes magazine called runner rugs a quick, easy way to add color and pattern to a traditionally all-neutral space. A hallway runner doesn't just look better, it feels better underfoot. It also helps define the space as intentional rather than just leftover area between rooms. For those of you thinking about mobility, and if you're over 60, you should be, a well-secured runner with a non-slip pad underneath is actually safer than slick hardwood or tile. Falls in hallways are common, especially at night when walking to the bathroom. Pattern, texture, and a softer surface make your hallway feel like a destination, not a corridor. Generic interior doors. Think about the doors in a hospital. White, flat, hollow core, completely interchangeable, designed to be cheap and easy to replace. Now look at the doors in your hallway. Homes and Gardens pointed out something many homeowners miss. We spend a lot of time considering how our entranceways will look from the outside, but often neglect to do anything interesting with the interior. They suggest a simple coat of paint that picks out another color in the hallway. Perhaps the floor tiles or wallpaper is enough to make it shine. If you have builder-grade, hollow-core doors from the 1990s or the 2000s, they're probably white and completely plain. That's institutional. Painting them a contrasting color, black, navy, forest green, even a warm taupe, instantly elevates the space. Changing the hardware from cheap brass or nickel to something more substantial makes them feel like they belong in a home, not an office building. If you've got original solid wood doors from the 1950s or the 1960s, you're ahead of the game. Those have character that new doors simply can't replicate. Keep them. No focal point at the end. Hospital corridors end in more corridors, or emergency exits, or blank walls with room numbers. That's what hallways do in institutional settings. They connect spaces without being destinations themselves. In your home, the end of a hallway is an opportunity. Worthing Court blog recommends creating a focal point with a decorative element such as a table and lamp at the end of a long hallway, if possible. Designer Tammy Faulkner explains, at the end of the hall, there will be an arched doorway with a picture light and art. Even if you don't have space for furniture, a single piece of art with a light above it transforms a dead end into a destination. Your eye is drawn forward. The hallway becomes a journey towards something, not just empty space you pass through. If you have a window at the end of your hallway, that's even better. Natural light as a focal point. Make sure it's not covered with heavy drapes during the day. Nothing that says this is someone's home. This is the underlying theme connecting all 7 other mistakes. Hospitals are designed to be impersonal. Everything is standardized, replaceable, sanitized. That's appropriate for medical care. You don't want a hospital that feels too cozy. But your home should be the opposite. Your hallway should have evidence that someone lives there. Photos of your family. Art you chose because you love it, not because it matched the furniture. A rug that's a little worn because you've walked on it for 20 years. If your hallway looks like it could belong to anyone, or worse, like it belongs to no one, that's the problem. Those of you with homes from the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s often have an advantage here. Homes from that era were built with details. Crown molding, chair rails, hardwood floors with character. The upgrades of the 1990s and 2000s actually removed a lot of that personality. If your hallway still has its original features, don't touch them. They're what makes your home feel like a home instead of a recently renovated spec house. 8 mistakes that make hallways feel like hospital corridors, boob lights, cold white walls, harsh overhead lighting, empty walls, smooth floors with no definition, generic doors, no focal point at the end, and nothing personal. Most of these cost nothing to fix, moving art from another room, changing a light bulb, adding a runner you already own. And here's the thing, if your hallway has been the same since 1975 and it feels comfortable to you, you probably avoided most of these instinctively. Hallways used to be designed as real spaces in homes, not just leftover square footage between rooms. Somewhere along the way, probably when builders figured out they could save money with boob lights and flat white walls, we forgot that your hallway is part of your home. It deserves to feel like it. Which of these mistakes do you recognize in your own house? Let me know in the comments what you're going to fix first. And if you know someone who's been complaining that their house feels cold or impersonal, share this with them. The problem might be simpler than they think.